Hello. We went surfing this morning and hanging out and just doing a bunch of land stuff. But now we're going for a nice walk on this beach that faces out past the bar, and we can actually walk around the corner, look out in the open ocean. So we're just gonna go look around, look at the dunes a bit.
Yeah, and Trevor's letting me use his super old school but quite fancy and nice camera, which is fun because I just discovered how much I like painting. So I'm gonna try to take some photos and then paint them later.
Yeah. Just been a chill day here in lovely Morro Bay. And
love Morro Bay.
Love Morro Bay. Super
So
nice
good.
here. We're just checking out the dunes here a little bit, but we're not really going to go any further because it's really delicate environment through here. Like, I can feel some roots just below me right now that I'm probably disturbing, so we're not going to carry on. But it's a pretty neat ecosystem right here. We can see little tiny mouse tracks and all kinds of really interesting plants. And found a little trail that goes through the dunes here. Just fenced off areas around it, but we can check out deeper into the dune through here. So we found ourselves across the dune complex, and we're back looking into Morro Bay Harbor. So we're going to walk past Sea Dream of Clyde and get back to the dinghy along the beach here. And it's low tide now, so we'll see a lot of birds as we walk past too. The little fish guy. There's this really deep, squishy sand here. It's cool. Another beautiful morning here in Morro Bay. We're gonna go do some walking and hike up into the hills nearby, have another chill day. There's a bit of a land breeze right now, so I'm hoping that that means it's gonna warm up and dry out. There's that cool fog over Morro Bay that shows where the wind is coming from. There's that little ring there that you see in some parts of British Columbia on mountains when the wind's howling northwest. For instance, in Johnstone Strait, you see that. And half an hour later, the fog is very thick, but we're gonna go for a walk anyways and see if we can see anything at all.
The abundant wildlife in Morro Bay is spectacular to observe, with sea otters found throughout the harbor being a real special treat. Along the shore, there are some spots such as here at the foot of Morro Rock where one can spy dozens of otters, including mums and pups lounging in the kelp beds.
Yeah, I think we'll be staying in the harbor today.
While we weren't keeping a particularly close eye on the swell forecast as we were in no rush to leave Morro Bay, the folks at the local surf shop made us aware of a very large swell train that was moving in from the North Pacific. Needless to say, with swell of up to 15 feet or higher rolling through, we were not going to be heading over the Morro Bay bar on this day.
Woohoo, that's a good one.
We're walking on the street here in Morro Bay. Fog is still in. So it's not really a beach day, so we're gonna go up into them there hills, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, just checking out the local stuff.
Anchored in the wonderfully protected harbor, Morro Bay is a quintessential maritime town. From the fishing boats, seafood restaurants, gorgeous beaches, awesome seaside boardwalk, and nautically decorated homes, we love the feel of this California town.
Probably hard to see in this camera, but there's a heap of hummingbirds cruising in here. I think both Rufus and Anna's, like we see in BC and Washington.
Love to walk in the forest.
Getting further south, a little prickly pear cactus. Here's the rock climbing up ahead here that we're gonna come check out tomorrow. Looks pretty cool, actually. Yeah, one bit me actually. What the heck? We had lots of bugs bugging us, but that was the first bite. Ow. Chasm trail. The water runs down.
This is really cool. It's like feels very mountainous with the fog below us, making it feel way higher than 300 meters, or 900 feet for you American folk. Also, the forecasted high today was 74. Certainly didn't feel it down below, but we're feeling it now. It's very hot up here. It's lovely, dry and hot. Here comes the summit. And the sunshine hitting us for the first time today. Wow. All right, we're on top of Cerro Cabrillo.
Yeah.
Here by Morro Bay, and it's just gorgeous, way beyond my expectations. And I think the fog being here really adds to it. This is beautiful. We're having a nice snack here, looking across to the elusive Hollister Peak, which is privately owned. Something I've never really heard of. Bizarre. Looks really cool. Looks really enticing. Anywho, apparently the deputies will come arrest you if you end up there and you'll get a ticket. So we don't do that.
Yeah.
But we are going to come rock climbing here tomorrow on the lower slopes of this beautiful mountain and just soak in this view for a little while and then head back to the boat. Back on our way down now and just about to reach the fog layer, and it's like entering an air-conditioned room, and it really feels nice right now after hiking up there in the heat. It's really sweet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, now we're in the kitty litter descent path.
Yeah, we gotta be careful here. Stuff's slippery to say the least. We're on the little sneaky trail beside the highway. It's very cool. Oh, we get to go under a bridge now. Spooky. Owls. These car things are much faster than boats. Watch out for them.
And it opens up pretty soon too.
Yeah.
We can walk on the grass.
Yeah.
Rush hour all of a sudden now.
We're up bright and early, heading to the guest moorage at the Yacht Club, just to go take care of showers and cleaning the boat up and enjoying a little dockside action. So that's what we're doing now, bright and early. Well, it's slack. Seaweed or muck? Look at those little cuties. Oh, hi there. We're having a good day here at the Yacht Club, tied up at the dock, taking care of chores, cleaning, laundry, all that stuff, and I'm also heading up the mast to deal with a couple things, to clean under the spreaders where they're all gunky, and also one of my flag strings came apart, and so I'm going to go up there and take it down and see if I can just tie it back together before we get a new string and replace the whole thing. So that's what we're up to. Got the mast mate deployed, and I'm going to head up now. Unlike most yacht clubs, the Morro Bay Yacht Club functions as a welcoming marina to the general public. There are no reciprocal privileges to other yacht club members, but rather, for all visiting boats, the moorage is set at a very reasonable $1 a foot rate. This includes showers, electricity, and water, with self-serve laundry machines also available for an additional fee.
All right, well, we got off the Morro Bay Yacht Club dock this morning around 9 and had originally thought that we might continue on around the corner to San Luis Obispo area, but actually decided we want to stay here longer because it's absolutely beautiful and there's still some more things to do in Morro Bay. So we have decided to go rock climbing today around the same area where we went hiking 2 days ago. And it looks like we might be able to take our dinghy up some of the estuary, so I think it's going to be a really fun multi-sport adventure day. Probably pretty silly too. It's Sea Dream! Sea Dream! Bye, Clyde! Bye! It was a pleasant 2-mile cruise to where the estuary's channels began. In the shallows, we used Google Maps satellite imagery to carefully navigate around mudflats that contained the occasional boulder or old sunken log. It was a really fun challenge. The channel, and I think there's about to be a lot more wildlife and birds, and you can see there's some banks here that we're coming to.
kind of just push ourselves along. It's pretty fun. I think this is the most interesting way I've gotten to a climbing crag to date.
So like at Moss Landing, which is surrounded by this sort of marshy grass kind of terrain, the highway is incredibly muted. You can just barely starting to hear it now as we get within about 100 meters of it, but it's really, really peaceful and nice out here. Okay, here's Kat doing the first part of our approach to the climbing area. Oh, there's a road there. Ah, what's with that? Yeah. Oh, lots of spiders in there. Bit of a different view than our walk here the other day when we went up to that peak. Fog is all gone. You can see out to the open Pacific. Almost cloudless sky. We're having a nice time climbing at Rockland here above Morro Bay. It's a pretty nice rock. Though there's some bats up there in a little crack, so we're gonna avoid one route where they're squeaking at us. Pretty solid rock and very short routes, but fun and getting a good workout. And doing the dinghy to rock climb mission.
Dinghy to rock climb!
Yeah. And we have to be considerate of the tide, as you do when you're climbing. It's gonna be at the same level as when we were coming in the next hour and a half or so. So we'd like to be out of the small channels before it drops much lower than that, because there wasn't a lot of depth.
Every morning while we were in Morro Bay was wonderfully calm, which made it very easy to spot and hear the abundant wildlife that was constantly around the boat. This particular morning was especially scenic, with an amazing sunrise, a few small rainbows, and the sea otters and sea lions coming extra close to us as we sipped our morning coffee and soaked it all in.
The clever seagull following the otter around looking for little snacks.
All right, we're on day 6 at Morro Bay, and today we've decided it's a great day to try out my massage table, beach style. So I have an inflatable massage table. I've never actually seen one of these before. It was advertised as a physio table for like sports events. So I also have some foam that we're gonna put on there, so it's a little bit comfier, and Trevor's gonna be my test run of getting a massage to see if it works out.
It's a hard job, but someone's got to do that too.
Yeah, poor Trevor. All right, here we go. Do you like a massage?
Yeah, love one. Thank you.
The only difference between this table and your standard portable one is the lack of adjustable head cradle. Trevor didn't seem to mind too much, and being able to bring a massage table that's carried in a backpack and fits into a locker on the boat is a real win.
These dogs don't look too stoked, but they're patient. The things you see while you're anchored in the bay. I am off the anchor and heading out to sea now, leaving Morro Bay here. Kat decided to take the bus to San Luis Obispo to do a yoga class and just to have a little bit of a change in scenery, and also not to have to put a patch on to avoid getting seasick while we're just doing this 20-mile day today. So off I go. The forecast looks really nice, somewhere around 15 knots, maybe gusting 20, so it should be a fast sail of 20 miles out and around. Here we go! Zooming along at 6 to 7 knots right now on a nice beam reach. Already made about 6 miles in the first hour here, and just loving it. It's really nice out here. Some big swells coming through, but they're just feel like you're climbing a mountain real slowly. And down you go. After about an hour of some pretty light wind, where speed was down to even 2 knots and slightly less for a little bit, the wind is picking back up. I'm just off of Diablo Canyon, where there's a nuclear power plant. There's a 1 mile exclusion zone where you're not allowed to go, but I'm well away from that, so that'll be just fine. So yeah, gonna turn now and should have the swell more behind me, give me a little push, and I think the wind is strong enough now that wing on wing is going to work just fine. So let's see how it goes. I really need to get a winter pole. Gonna search for one around Los Angeles. Genoa's flopping around a bit, but I think this is gonna work. Flying along on a broad reach here. It just picked up really nice, and I just got about 4 miles till I'm rounding the corner into the harbor, and then there'll be another couple miles after that. This is just an excellent finish. It was a little slow there for a while. I was getting a little frustrated with the banging around and just going slow, but the wind out here on the coast tends to come in spurts sometimes. Right now, the afternoon breeze is really kicking up nicely. Stretch on a beam reach now, zooming along. Just another mile and a half and I'll be round the corner. The winds and seas should subside for me quite a bit. Good timing. It's getting pretty puffy in here. I would definitely be reefing if I had more than just 2 miles left to go here. My average speed for the last 40 minutes has been 7.2 knots. Just ripping. This is good fun. Getting some big pushes right now. I saw 10.8 on the chart plotter on a surf here with these steep seas. Just about out of the seas though in a second here. This is awesome. No swell now. Just flying into the anchorage here. All right, it's turning into a perfect sail on an anchor situation here. I'm in 28 feet of depth, and wind's just kind of fluky, and so I'll go just another few hundred feet here, and then drop the main, drop the anchor. Well, that was a fun day out here. I'm anchored now in 30 feet of water. Easy. I'll go pick up Cat. Ain't so bad.
Uh-oh.
Hey. We're just here enjoying sunset. Had a little appy and we'll have some dinner. Yeah, nice day for both of us, eh? You had a nice time on land?
I had a really nice time. I went to a super fun, hot power yoga class, and I rode a couple buses. And yeah, it was very, very nice.
Nice. Yeah, that surf landing was pretty fun, eh?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's gonna die.
Oh, okay, well that's a good sign that we're signing off for the night. Peace.